Hello everyone, this is Marcin, FM World UK product trainer. Welcome to another Zoom webinar. So today we're going to talk about our new Aurile Ground Speciality Coffees. I'll describe all of our new coffees for you. You will learn about the coffee's special properties, so you can recommend and sell the right product to the right people, which is very, very important. It is going to be a kind of a journey through 9 different countries today. Coffee flavor, aroma, as well as quality depends on many factors such as location of the coffee plantation, harvesting, process, the whole process of coffee production, but also coffee type and climate. So today I'm going to explain you all of these. So the first product that I would like to tell you about is our new Aurile Ground Speciality Coffee from Peru. It comes from a region which is called a Cajamarca region. Cajamarca is a region in the north of Peru. It is the area that once was the home to the Incas. Today, it's the region where one of the best coffee trees are cultivated. Our new Aurile Ground Speciality Coffee comes from smallholders, independent farmers that still use traditional wet farming method to produce the best quality coffee beans, which means that their focus is always on quality over quantity. And this is quite significant to remember while recommending or selling our coffees. And that applies to all Aurile coffees, and that is the reason why Aurile coffee isn't cheap. It's a bit pricey, but we need to take into account that it is a premium coffee. Premium coffee is made from the highest quality beans. Beans are carefully sourced, hand-picked, and processed with care and thoughtfulness. A high demand and low supply for such an extremely high-quality product creates a price premium. Cajamarca region has stable temperatures ranging between 16 to 20 degrees Celsius all year round. The region is located above 6,000 feet above sea level, has rich soil, and for that premium coffee, these are perfect growing conditions. The new Aurile Ground Speciality Coffee from Peru is 100% Arabica coffee. It isn't acidic, and so it can be freely recommended for people who are not big fans of slightly acidic coffees. The coffee, I would say, it's rather sweet with well-rounded body. It has some fruity notes of peach and delicious milk chocolate flavor profile. Now, we're moving from Peru to Brazil. Brazil is one of the world's largest countries. You could fit 80% of Europe inside its borders. And an area this big comes with huge variations. In some regions, farms produce only 30 or so coffee bags every year. In others, they produce tens of thousands. Some regions are known for their high-altitude coffees that are hand-picked. Others are known for flat farms and coffee beans harvested by machines. That huge variety was the reason why Brazil started using modern technology to ensure traceability on a large scale. Our Aurile Ground Speciality Coffee from Brazil comes from small coffee farms located in Cerrado Mineiro region in southeast of Brazil. The coffee that is grown in that region is known for its intense aromas, notes of hazelnut, almond, and dark chocolate, and very gentle citrus acidity. Cerrado Mineiro is the region in Brazil to receive protected designation of origin status, which means that coffee labeled Cerrado has to actually come from Cerrado. and nowhere else in Brazil. Similar to the rules protecting Spanish ham, for instance, or French champagne. Designation of origin status isn't just about traceability. It's also about the quality and diversity of flavors. The coffee cultivated in that region has unique characteristics that cannot be found anywhere else. The region motto is coffee produced with attitude. Ethical, traceable, and of high quality. Our Aurile Speciality Ground Coffee from Brazil is the highest quality Arabica. It comes from small farms that have years of experience in the special coffee cultivation and production. Now, let's move from South America to Africa, to Ethiopia, a country that is considered the birthplace of coffee. This is where the first Arabica coffee was grown. Ethiopia precedes some of the best single origin coffees in the world nowadays. There is a great story about how coffee was discovered. Ancient Ethiopian history claims that an Ethiopian goat herder, Kaldi, first discovered coffee and its magical benefits around 850 Anno Domini. Legend says that he discovered his goats eating the coffee fruit of the trees and dancing wildly, crazily. He was so fascinated by these magic beans that he brought them home with him. When Kaldi presented their benefits to a monk, he threw the beans into the fire, proclaiming this magic effect was the work of the devil. So, of course, the beans began to roast, and the whole room was filled with the fragrance of freshly roasted coffee. The first signs of brewing coffee as a beverage, however, are from much later. The original name for coffee is kaffa. It came from the region in southwest Ethiopia where coffee was first discovered in the wild. Unlike almost every other coffee-growing country, coffee trees grown here in Ethiopia very, very naturally. Ethiopia has perfect climate to grow coffee. Coffee trees have grown in the wild here for centuries. The environment is perfect to produce amazing coffee without adding anything to it. The soil in Ethiopia is deep and the vegetation is lush. Most coffees are grown without the use of agricultural chemicals and also in the shade and among other plants. So very, very natural. In contrast, coffee farmers anywhere else in the world have to plant specific types of coffee and create the perfect conditions, like planting additional trees to provide shade for small coffee trees, because coffee trees are usually quite small. Our Aurile Speciality Ground Coffee from Ethiopia is processed naturally, which is very important, and this is how Ethiopian people have done it for centuries. It's 100% Arabica without putting any additives, and also it's got noticeable citrus notes. It's intense yet delicate and light. So this coffee type will be perfect for people who would like something more subtle and who would like to enjoy a quite delicate but really nice and fragrant coffee. So the next Aurile Speciality Coffee comes from Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea is a small island country between Indonesia and Australia. Our Aurile coffee from Papua New Guinea is 100% Arabica, and it grows in high altitude in the Central Mountains, which is the Western Highland province. It is cultivated in a perfect climate as well as in a very fertile volcanic soil, which makes this area by far the most desirable growing region. Our Aurile coffee comes from farms which are little more than small coffee gardens situated from 4,000 to over 6,000 feet above sea level. The coffee beans are left to grow naturally and are harvested when they are ready, with no rush. The coffee that grows in Western Highlands region definitely wins the prize of the top coffee production in the country and is considered one of the best coffee from Papua New Guinea. Local farmers plant sometimes as little as 20 coffee plants. So the plantations are really, really small. After the coffee beans are ready for harvest, they are hand-picked and washed processed to separate the beans. The coffee has a unique flavor profile that intrigues premium coffee drinkers. Our Aurile Papua New Guinea coffee has a distinctive flavor profile, mostly due to the nutrient-dense volcanic soil. The flavor has bright and citrusy bite with floral notes and milk chocolate undernotes to smooth it out. We are staying in Asia now, and to be precise, in Indonesia, where our next new Aurile coffee comes from. It comes from Java Island, where some of the world's finest coffee is made. The Dutch East Indian Company brought Arabica coffee plants to Indonesia during the 17th century. Similarly to the previous coffees I was talking about, our Aurile coffee that comes from eastern part of Java Island is produced by smallholder farms that basically focus on producing high quality coffee, but in really small amounts. So what I want to highlight here is that every coffee batch may have slightly different taste. Java coffee is known for its low acidity as well, so also it's going to be perfect coffee for people who enjoy slightly more bitter than acidic taste. It has a full body, notes of peach, and it has a delicate earthy flavor, which makes it perfect for those who add a little bit of milk to it to make it a little bit nicer and creamier. So generally speaking, to really enjoy the taste of the coffee, you don't really need to add milk in order to discover the whole flavor. But if you want to, you can add a little bit of milk to make it a little bit more creamier, especially those ones who are slightly more bitter than acidic, like, for instance, the coffee from Indonesia. In Java, the coffee is harvested between July and September only. Once the cherries have reached a level of ripeness where the outer skin turns a little bit red, the picking begins. In the small plantations where our real coffee comes from, the coffee cherries are hand-picked. Hand-picking is the best method as it allows to sort out and remove pest-infected beans and debris. And that's another point that I think is worth highlighting while recommending our coffee. When machines do that, unfortunately, all beans are being picked and processed. With our coffees, we carefully select only the best beans, and that's where the quality of the coffee comes from. Our next Aurile Arabica coffee comes from Rwanda, a tiny country in East Africa located not far from Kenya. Rwanda is in the last 2 decades became one of the world's leading coffee growing nations. Our coffee comes from also very small plantations situated somewhere between 4,000 to 6,500 feet above sea level. This gives the coffee plants a nice high altitude to grow in, and that is perfect for producing excellent beans. Our specialty coffee from Rwanda isn't just ordinary Arabica. It is the highest quality Rwanda bourbon coffee variety that has beautiful, sweet, and delicate taste. The coffee aroma has got hints of orange blossom and lemon. The taste is a bit fruity, a combination of hibiscus with fruity blackcurrant and berry flavor, and then followed by rich caramel with some chocolate aftertaste. A great coffee for real connoisseurs of coffee. When people buy coffee nowadays, they also buy convenience. I'm sure that you would agree with me. So to improve attractiveness and help you extend your customer base, we have created for you a new product, high-quality Arabica coffee from Guatemala, Honduras, and Mexico in drip coffee beans. Sorry, in drip coffee bags. This product is excellent for busy people who can now easily prepare a high-quality coffee, not only at home, but also on the go. For example, while traveling. All you need is hot water and a cup to get a fine cup of delicious coffee. You can attract new customers by recommending this coffee. The demand for coffee that is easy to brew is constantly increasing. All you need to do to prepare it is to tear open the bag and remove the drip filter bag. Then hang 2 handles on the cup and then pour in hot water. After use, the coffee bag can simply be discarded. Our Aurile coffee filter bags or drip coffee bags is perfect for brewing on the go, as I mentioned, or at the office or while traveling. So this afternoon, I've been brewing myself some coffee. And here I took some photos so you can see how easily it is to do it and how the filter looks like. So if you can take a look at the first picture, so that's how it looks like. So that's the packaging. So inside you can find 5 coffee drip bags. Then the next picture shows that each filter bag or drip bag is packed in a sachet. Then to get a great coffee, obviously you need a mug or a cup. Then in the next picture you can see an unpacked filter. So you have to just tear the bag and then unpack the filter. So when you unpack the filter, then you need to tear along the dotted line just to open it up. Then the next picture in the next row shows you how to fit this on a cup or on a mug. So you have to pull the bottom of the hangers away and then place the filter on the cup. So then moving forward, slowly and gradually, just pour hot water into the filter. So make all of this ground coffee soak the water and brew it nicely. Then wait for it to flow through the coffee, and then you can add a little bit more of the water. So I've been using a quite small cup here. So basically I was able to make 2 cups, but basically you can make a big mug of 200 ml from one packaging. So yeah, after that, you just remove the filter and enjoy your coffee. Now, let me tell you about each of the coffees a little bit more. So our Guatemala Aurile Speciality Coffee comes from a region beautifully called Tenango region. Guatemala is a country located in Central America, south of Mexico. It is home to volcanoes, rainforests, and ancient Mayan sites. It is a rich and vibrant country. And like the country, our Aurile coffee from Guatemala is rich and vibrant in taste and aroma. Tenango is a region situated in the highest part of Guatemala that has a unique microclimate. The sweeps of hot air coming off Mexico mix with the cool air descending from the mountains of Guatemala. This creates a microclimate that protects the area from frost and allows the coffee to be cultivated right on the top of the mountains, around 6,500 feet above the sea level. The high altitude allows the coffee plant to mature more slowly and develop complex sugar inside. As a result, the beans are much harder and the coffee has distinctive juicy and citrusy acidity with chocolate afternotes. No matter how you like to drink it, long black, short black, with milk. The Aurile coffee from Guatemala always tastes amazing, and it's so easy to prepare. The next one is Honduras. So located in the very middle of Central America, Honduras is a country that shows off its natural beauty. Mountains, beautiful landscape. It's covered with endless forests and jungles with abundant wildlife, and also it's a beautiful, beautiful country. Some people refer to Honduras as the green lungs of Central America. The coffee trees are cultivated in the heights of the lush and rich mountains within two regions, Camayagua and also Montequirios mountain range. The coffee grows in the forest in the shadow of various native plants. The region lies in the central mountains of Honduras at about 3,600 feet above sea level. It has a mild climate, which offers excellent conditions for growing coffee. The farmers in this region implement the best agricultural practices and special techniques to ensure the highest quality of coffee. During the harvest, the coffee cherries are also hand-picked, like the previous types of our coffees, with great care. Our new Aurile Speciality Coffee overall has a great character with notes of milk chocolate, tangerine, overnotes, and sweet, lemony, citrusy accents. And finally, Mexico. So this coffee doesn't contain caffeine. So for those of you who don't want to or cannot drink coffee that contains caffeine, we've prepared high-quality decaffeinated ground coffee that originates from Mexico. The caffeine has been removed in a natural process that doesn't compromise the coffee's amazing flavor. Everyone drinks coffee in Mexico. For example, adults enjoy their coffee mixing it with tequila, whereas younger generation enjoy drinking it with cinnamon and sugar. So if you want to experiment, you can do that as well. Similarly to the other locations that I have just discussed today, the climate, the locally produced crops, and the fact that the beans are harvested by hand and not machines make our Aurile coffee very, very distinctive. Our coffee from Mexico is shade-grown and wet processed. And what does that mean? Let me explain. Well, the wet process is a method used to remove the inner pit, the coffee bean, from the harvested coffee fruit. The process involves rinsing and crushing the coffee fruits until the inner pit can be separated from the fruit. The so-called pit is the coffee bean that is eventually roasted and consumed. This makes the coffee cleaner, brighter, and the finished product is definitely more delicious. I also mentioned that our coffee is shade-grown. Unlike sun-grown, large-scale commercial coffee farms, shade-grown Mexican coffee is a more natural, eco-friendly method of growing coffee. The jungle plants protect the coffee plants, and that natural setting provides a perfect environment that does not require pesticides, fertilizers, or any commercial agricultural infrastructure. That helps to keep the soils properly nourished. The coffee that comes from those plantations has more complex flavors, and what's even more important, that type of coffee cultivation helps to protect the local areas from erosion, water shortages, and other problems associated with big industries. This aromatic coffee has a distinctive flavor and aroma with hints of plum and dark chocolate. Very, very exquisite. And now, so that's about coffee. Now, let me tell you about selling coffee online, because I think nowadays, most of you sell our products online. It's a great way and everything is possible. So to sell coffee online successfully, you need to know your product very well. You need to be able to present the product to your potential customers in the most professional way. This can only be possible if you know the product inside out and if you tested it yourself beforehand. Obviously, everyone has got subjective palate. Therefore, it's so important to know those little nuances of our new Aurile range, the flavors and the afternotes of each of the coffees that you want to offer to your potential customers. Obviously, some of your customers may have objections with regards to the price. However, if you know your product, you can easily overcome price objectives or objections. In terms of coffee quality, the price is the crucial factor. The higher the quality of coffee, the more expensive it is going to be. That's the rule. Our coffees are all hand-picked, which is basically more expensive than machine harvesting, and that's what should be highlighted. Only the best quality coffee berries are selected. They come from small coffee farms and gardens located at very high altitude in the best part of the world. And also, the processing is done with care, and all our coffees are being roasted and packed in Poland, which ensures they are fresh and full of flavor. Did you know that coffee is the most popular drink worldwide after water, with over 400 billion cups consumed each year? It's an enormous market. Last year in Britain, 1 billion was spent on coffee alone. Britain consumes 2.8 kilograms of coffee per person per year, so it's quite a significant amount. And on average, in the UK, we drink around 2 cups of coffee per day. So take advantage of this huge demand and boost yourself by offering our new Aurile coffees to your potential customers, to consumers that are looking for a great quality coffee that has unique taste and comes from the best coffee plantations in the world. To enable you to try our coffee, only today, up to midnight, you will have a chance to get all new Aurile coffees 20% off. Just log in to your online shop and put the promo code Aurile20. So remember, only this evening, so you can get as many coffees as you want, try them out. We would appreciate your comments after this webinar, because this webinar will be uploaded to our new YouTube channel. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date. So thank you very much for joining me this evening. So once again, follow the Facebook page, follow our new YouTube channel. We want to let you know about our latest training sessions. We're going to upload different other videos there as well. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the webinar. I will definitely prepare some more information on our Aurile range. Very soon, we'll discuss our new teas. Thank you so much. Take care and bye for now.